Hello Taurus, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Taurus is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Okay, this is going to be a general reading. Try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Taurus, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. There's a Four of Cups. All right, this is some very stable energy. Okay, but let's see. Oh, wow. Wow. This is pretty good. We've got, interesting, we've got 9, 9, and 9. Got a hat trick of the foundational lunar 9 energy. Ooh, these look good. These cards look really, really good. I think you got to watch out, honestly, because there's a lot going on. There is a lot coming your way. Let's do our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. We're going to set that down right there. Alien on top. We're not going to look at it until the very end. Hopefully that card will tie everything together, give us the confirmation that we need at the end. Now, we've got one major arcana card, the Hierophant. This card rules the sign of Taurus. This is the Taurus card. Very good. Very good omen for you. This is showing me that all of this energy is manifesting in your life, and it is here for your benefit. It is here to bring you to the type of success and future that is meant for you. Okay? This is the Hierophant that says, everything that you're going through there's a lesson behind it. The good and the bad, right? We could learn just as much from our successes as we can from our failures. I know everyone always says, well, we learn from our mistakes, and failure is good because it teaches you what you did wrong or what you did right or whatever. I think success teaches you a lot as well, because when you receive, when you have abundance, there needs to be awareness that it can be taken away at any moment. There needs to be this awareness that just because you're successful shouldn't give you an ego, shouldn't make you arrogant. You still need to give, right? You still need to have compassion. You still need to be humble. I know that's going to be hard. We've got some really great energy. We've got triple nines here. We've really got to be careful with this, because this is a lot of success coming very quickly. Okay? And I think we all know that when you get success very quickly, it maybe has a tendency to go to your head. That's why we've got this Taurus energy Hierophant card right here. Keep us in check. All right? Let's start with the 4, because I think lately you've been just kind of meh about life. You've been working hard. You've been doing your stuff. Maybe you've been learning from some failures lately. Hasn't been too bad. You're not sinking, but you're not sailing on a party boat either, right? It's just you've been staying afloat. And that is, honestly, that's all any of us can really ask for. Just let me stay above water as much as possible, yeah? And that's what I think you've been doing. You've been doing a good job at it, but it's left you wanting more. Feeling like this can't be it, But you're not really one to complain. You just you keep doing your stuff. You keep working. You keep pushing forward. You're not giving up on your projects, on your ambitions, on your goals. But it just doesn't feel successful. It doesn't feel like you're really doing anything, right? It's kind of getting a little bored with it, right? Because it just feels the same. It just feels like you're taking 2 steps forward and then you're just taking 2 steps back. And it's just like that day after day after day. Not anymore. Not anymore. Something is changing. Something is changing because of this Knight of Cups. Fire and water. We have some fire energy here. We don't have a lot of fire energy, honestly. We've got fire, water, 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 a little bit of air, a little bit of earth. Not a lot, not a whole lot of fire. But the fire that we do have is very strong, very important. I think that you've started doing this very thing. You've started giving. You've started contributing. You've started volunteering, maybe. You know, I feel like you have. You've started sharing from your heart. You've started demonstrating your compassion and your empathy. Maybe you started a charity. Maybe you're volunteering somewhere. Maybe you are just, trying to provide service to people without expecting anything in return. This card, sometimes it's a card of taking, like this. Sometimes it's a card of giving. And it's not a sacrifice. You're not giving so much that you're sinking underwater, right? But you're giving enough that it's awakening something in you, and it doesn't literally mean that you're like, giving people money on the street, or maybe, maybe you are volunteering somewhere, a kitchen or a hospital or whatever. I think it's a little bit more subtle than that, and it may be manifesting in different ways for different people, but it's this idea of giving of yourself without expecting anything in return. Just being kind, being generous of spirit with no real purpose behind it. It's not to get anything. It's just because you want to, because you feel it. I think this is the way that we're beginning to transform things. I think this is the activity, the behavior that brings in this kind of 999 energy right here. This is crazy energy. All of these nines, right? Nines are the most solid card. Nines are the energies that everything else can pour into, and it doesn't phase it. In fact, throw anything at it, it just gets stronger, right? It gets bigger and better, more powerful, more successful. And that's what we want. We want strength, we want happiness, and we want gains. We have the 9 of discs showing earth, foundation, physical, health and wealth. We see 9s emotionally. You're enjoying it, you're satisfied. You're happy, you got a smile on your face. We see a 9 of wands, spiritual, energetic. Vital energy, creative energy, force, and fire. The only thing we don't see is the 9 of swords, and you know what? We don't want the 9 of swords. Because I think the 9 of swords, the air energy that we do have is good air energy. That's what I'd rather see than the 9 of swords, because the 9 of swords is too much of this intellectual energy that really just likes to show it off, It likes to debate with people because it likes to win. It likes to crush them. You know what I mean? So that is some mental energy, some air energy that we don't want, because that verges on cruelty. Well, the key word for the 9 of swords is cruelty. It's this inflation of ego that really becomes venom. We don't want that. This is what we want. This is perfect. Now, well, I guess let's go to the 9 of Cups, because this is the pursuit of happiness. Not the movie. I don't know that I've even seen that movie. Maybe I have. But this is now the feeling that you have, the joy that you get doing your work. Whatever it is, maybe with this 9 of Cups, we found something that really makes us feel good, that we really enjoy, that we really put our heart and soul into. And it's a giving. We're not expecting anything in return. We're giving, we're doing, we're creating. we're being kind, we're connecting with people, and that feels good. So emotionally, I feel like we're no longer just kind of humdrum doing the work and not really feeling anything. Now it's exciting. Now it is joyful and blissful. Right now we can't wait to get up in the morning and do it, whatever it might be. And this is the activity. This isn't the end result, right? This has to be done. This has to be done. It has to be an active energy. See, it's a 9. 9s are active. 9s need the stimulation. They need motion and movement, right? It's an outward energy. So this is the joy and bliss that you get in doing, right? Not in the being. We see the being in maybe the 6 of Cups, right? That's the state. That's a noun. These are verbs. Even the 4, this was a noun. You were in this state of just meh, boredom, right? Whatever we want to call this. It was a state. It was a noun. We've got 9s all the way down. This is nuts. So I feel like your mood is really changing. You're starting to find joy and happiness in the things that you're doing in your activities. Okay. Now, underneath everything, foundationally, 9 of discs. This is you strengthening your physical body. This is you now focusing on physical activity, right? And we said the 9s are active, physical active. It's the verb. It's being in tune with your body and using it, right? Moving your muscles around, stretching, lifting weights, good diet, going for walks, swimming, whatever it is. You're finding joy in physical activity, right? And you're finding that this strengthens you. It's not just strengthening your body, it's strengthening your heart. I mean, literally, but it's strengthening the water energy, right? It's strengthening the fire energy. It's making you more creative. It's making you more ambitious. It's making you more confident. So all of these cards are connected with each other. Yeah. This is also the financial component of things, right? It's earth energy. It's the material that's coming into you. So not only are you bringing in physical strength and health, but you're bringing in revenue, bringing in financial stability, right? You're earning money. Let's just call it what it is. And this contributes to everything too, right? And this might be unexpected because, again, with this Knight of Cups, you weren't expecting anything in return. I mean, yeah, sure, you do work if you work somewhere, you want to be compensated, but you're not expecting anything, and you're doing things because you love it, because you want to connect with people, because you feel kind and generous towards others. And it's going to have more of a financial benefit than you realize. That's not why you're doing it, but we'll take it. We need it. We all do. There's no shame in that. Why? Why should we feel guilty for trying to improve our financial situation, right? I don't think you're living beyond your means, I think is the idea here, that we're still, lesson from the Hierophant, again, major arcana, we're staying humble, right? We're graciously and with tremendous gratitude accepting the support, the income, right? The financial stability that is being provided to us through our work that we're doing. And we're staying humble. And with this 9 of Cups, the 9 of Cups has, if there's any risk to the 9 of Cups, see, I think the 9 of Cups might be the most perfect card, the only perfect card. If we had to find something wrong with it, right? If we had to ask ourselves, well, what could possibly go wrong with a 9 of Cups? Well, this could be giving away the farm, you know. This could be us giving too much of our energy, our love, our joy, our pleasure, our happiness, our kindness. This could be getting lost in some of this water. It just feels too good. There's almost a point where you become so lost in this happiness. It's almost just too happy that we might not be ready for the challenges that come our way, right? When you're just swimming in the water, you know, you're out in the ocean or whatever, and you don't have a care in the world. It's the best, most joyous feeling. Well, then you're not going to see the big wave. You're not going to feel the undertow. You're not going to see the shark coming or whatever, you know. So there is this need to be vigilant still, to still be aware of your surroundings. So if we had any kind of caution with the Nine of Cups, it's just like, yeah, experience the joy in your pursuit of happiness and the joy in the work that you're doing. But let's try to keep it contained a little bit, right? Still have a little bit of focus there. I think that's a lesson of the Hierophant, that we could get lost in any of these energies and it wouldn't really serve us very well. So we have to keep them all connected, right? And I think the fire energy up here this is kind of the strength of all of them. This is what connects all of them, really. It's the spiritual energy. It's the glue that holds it together. The fire that binds instead of, you know, disintegrates. And this is a real inner strength. This is you knowing yourself. This is you connected with this water energy, connected with this, the Knight of Cups, remember I said is fire and water. We kind of have the fire and water aspect here too, with sun and moon. Yeah, fire and water. Because you have connected with this water energy, with what you now have found, the way that you're sharing of yourself, the way that you're expressing yourself, is giving you strength. Now that you've connected with that part of yourself, you feel that sun energy at the top. That is your vital energy. That is just the rush of creativity and of energy and of ambition. And it's got to keep all of these other energies on track, right? It unifies them all toward a particular goal or, you know, a particular path that you want to be on. It just keeps us from getting too immersed in either the water or the earth, right? We've got to keep our eyes on the sunlight up above when we're in the water and when we're down in the earth, right? We've got to come up for light every once in a while. And the light is the clarity. It's to get a perspective. Oh, okay, yeah, well it's been days I've been swimming in that water. Sometimes we have to kind of come up to the surface, warm up, get some sunshine, and then we can go immerse ourselves in what we're doing again. So there's always going to be a little bit of a caution in any of these cards, especially when we get down more than halfway, 7, 8, 9, 10, of any suit, of any element. That's when we run the risk of kind of getting lost, forgetting the source, right? Forgetting spirit. Because we're so far away from the ace that it starts to get a little muddled. It starts to get a little difficult to see the sunshine way up above. So we have to keep that in mind. That's a lesson of the Hierophant. 10 of Swords here in general energy. This is some of that air. This is, it's not the clarity that I want. This is the breaking of bad mental habits. You know, this could be you breaking through, how am I going to put this now? Because by talking about this, I think I'm kind of evoking the exact thing I'm talking about. This is the way you talk to people sometimes, okay? This is maybe not a harshness, but there's something about the habits of the way you think and the way you've expressed yourself, that you're getting past this. This, again, the breaking of bad habits, bad mental habits. You know, it could be some of those habits that kind of kept us in the Four of Cups. We're just swimming in shallow water, kind of boring, you know. It could be the habits like that. It could be some mental habits that have affected the way we relate to people. Has it been difficult for you to connect with people intellectually, verbally, you know, socially? And this may not be resonating for all of you out there, but for some of you, I think there's been a difficulty connecting with people. You know, not emotionally, spiritually, but when like the words that are coming out of our mouth. You know, and I run into this problem all the time. Obviously, I'm talking for hours every day on this channel. Sometimes I don't always communicate very effectively. I'll admit it. And this, I think, is at least us recognizing that sometimes, yes, my communication, my words, my thoughts don't come out the right way all the time. And I think a lot of this is because we have so much going on, because you have so many thoughts, so many ideas, especially with this influx of these nines, there's going to be a lot going on inside. And what we need is clarity. What we need is to calm things down, quiet things down, organize our thoughts. Okay? We got to break the bad habits. Maybe the bad habit is just being disorganized a little bit. Yeah. But we'll come back to that because we've got another air card. But first, let's keep these cards in order. Here's the Six of Cups. This is the balance. This is the state of being easy, tranquil, right? Satisfied. You've had your fill. You haven't eaten too much, just the right amount. You know, this is the real pleasure, the real feel-good energy. This is the bliss. This is you kind of floating on this water, floating on your back, right? You've got the earth way down below, you know, and you know it's down there, and that makes you feel good, makes you feel supported. We're floating on our back on this water. You've got the sunshine up above you. This is that feeling, right? And this is that state. Again, imagine floating on your back out in the ocean. You've got the earth way down below you. You know it's there. It's supporting you. You've got the sunshine up above you. Couldn't be better. You know? It's in this state that we can figure out this air energy and we can clarify our thoughts. We can organize. Maybe it's in this kind of, maybe you literally need to go float in a pool or something to just clear your head. Organize your thoughts. Right? Try it. Try it. Go run a bath or something and just lie there. I know it's not the same as being outside, but we can all visualize, right? Maybe that's part of this work too, is learning how to visualize, learning how to stop the mental habits that we have and just visualize. We don't need to really think about everything. You know, we can just feel and we can imagine and we can visualize. So we've got the card of clarity, right? This is the fresh perspective. This is kind of the feeling that you might get lying on your back, sun above you, earth below you, floating on the water. And you might have this kind of out-of-body experience where you float up above everything and everything is clear. You understand the past and the future, and you understand the present, right? And this is the clarity. This is literally clearing your mind and getting focused, getting organized. This is a really good feeling too. Now the next card is this is the card that brings us kind of around full circle. It's the Eight of Cups. And this to me is kind of a cautionary card, I think. This is saying, let's be careful that we don't wind up here in this Four of Cups state again. If this was shallow water that we're just kind of wading in, it's kind of boring. This is the shallow water now that we haven't been wading in, and it's become a swamp. Okay, so this is something, because this shallow pool is always going to be with you, right? We haven't permanently escaped that. You know, we're not changing who we are fundamentally. So this is always going to be something that's within you. It's always going to be there, kind of at the periphery. Yeah. So we just want to be careful that we don't get back to this state. And I think the way to avoid this is to really, because see here we have the mental habits, we have this kind of emotional state that we are in. We have to be aware of these two. We don't want to get back to either of these. So we need, look at the path here, let me make sure the overhead's on. So the way to get out of this state, right, this 10 of Swords state, is to get into this 6 of Cups state. The way to avoid this 8 of Cups state is to get the Queen of Swords. Okay, so we're using the air to or we're using the water to defeat the air. We're using the air to defeat that water there, right? It's kind of, it's the elemental dignities. It's kind of it's going to these are going to be challenges. But if we use the water in the correct way, then we'll get out of this kind of habit here. Now, if we do have a problem communicating, the 6 of Cups is perfect for that, right? Because that is communicating, and I think we've already pretty much learned that with this one. It's communicating through gestures, right? Through acts of kindness, through very few words, not trying to over-explain everything, not feeling like we have to constantly be talking like I do. It's more of an easy thing. It's that my 3 of Cups internally wants to connect with your 3 of Cups, right? And that brings us to this harmony and this resonance. And then, of course, to avoid the swampy 8 of Cups, we have to get this higher out-of-body kind of perspective and see it from far away and be like, yeah, I don't want to go over there. That's not the pool that I want to swim in. So, you know, it's a lot of really good energy coming your way, and we want to hang on to it. We want to keep this vibe here, because this is the frequency. Okay. Let's look at the mystery card now. Thank you, alien friend, for helping us out. Can't get him to stand up. There we go. This might be something air and water combined, maybe. You know, air and water combined, which we kind of already have with the Queen of Swords, but let's see. Maybe we need like a Prince of Cups or something. What else could it be? Maybe some more earth energy. That'd be welcomed here to kind of add things more into the balance. Yeah, we've got another 9 of Pentacles. So 9 of Pentacles. If one was health, the other one is wealth. This is the world in which all of this is taking place. This is the focus now. I mean, this is like the Spirit is saying, don't forget that all of this has to take place on the physical manifested plane. This isn't all just in our minds theoretical. It's not just in our imagination. This has to really happen. All of this work and all of this service. The Hierophant here is saying, look, you have to learn these lessons, but you also have to manifest it on the ground. The figure here is even pointing down to the ground. This energy has to be transmitted to the earth plane. Okay? To manifest, to grow, to become a reality for all intents and purposes. To be real for us, we have to manifest this. We have to put this into action. Okay? And it's going to be really intense. It's going to be really amazing. I'm very, very excited for this energy. Now, we're going to do an extended. If you would like to stick around, Taurus, just click on the link that's up here. That'll give you access to all of the extended readings, not just Taurus, but for every sign. Okay? I want to thank you for being here, and thank you for letting me read for you.